Okay, my name is Sherry Cooper. I'm from Mountain View, Missouri.
Okay, thank you, Sherry. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience and what brought up to when you became a patient?
Well, I first started, I would get where I was aching. I would think I'd have the flu. So, normally you don't just call up the doctor and say, hey, I got the flu, or go in. So when I would get the regular flu, like a one-day flu, this flu lasted for 4 days. 5 days. It could go away for a couple days and it's back. But I wasn't throwing up and I didn't have the diarrhea. It was just that gnawing ache. So I'd go to the doctor, I'd call. I got to where I was documenting it. I'd call the doctor, hey, something's the matter, girl, I've got the flu again. And when I went in the last time that I kept saying I have the flu, he pulled my chart and he was flipping through and he said, you can't have the flu this much. Now, all these times, are you throwing up? Do you have the diarrhea? No, some. Well, then it ended up, I got some real bad pain in my shoulder. And it started swelling. So they started injecting multiple sites around my shoulder. This will do it. You'll feel better in a few days. The shots, I'd take the shots. They hurt worse than the actual pain in my shoulder. But it kept lingering and lingering and lingering, and he said, I think you got fibromyalgia. So then they started the Lyrica. They started this Scalaxin. They started all these things that didn't do nothing. They kept upping the doses, Tramadol. So when I kept complaining that, hey, there's something really the matter, I heard all the time, give me something for pain. I was automatically then pretty much shut down. I become a person that's documented in papers that I am fixated on pain relief. When you're in pain most every day, a person tends to get fixated on pain. And that becomes then their main goal is to get out of this pain. So when you go to the doctor says, oh yeah, she's dope head. She just wants pills. So they absolutely shut me down on any kind of narcotic, which is almost a good thing in a sense, but they said I was too young to start narcotics because a person with fibromyalgia and narcotics, when you're young, you start one pill every 6 hours, 8 hours. 2 weeks, you're taking 2 pills. And they're up in doses and stuff, and they said that I was entirely too young for that, and I couldn't hurt that bad. So once I started getting really fixated on this pain, they started saying, hey, wait a minute. There was one Friday morning, I woke up through the night, and I was literally sick. I knew this was the flu. By 7 a.m., the pain had gotten so bad that I was literally just in a completely different state. I mean, there was just so much pain through my body, I kept thinking, something has got to give. I ended up going to the emergency room. When I walked through the door, I do believe that they took a look at me and said, she's withdrawing. Immediately took me in the room and said, here's your urine sample. Come back. You've been taking cannabinoids. He didn't say marijuana, pot. You have cannabinoids in your system. When that hit, that really caused me problems because not only did that report go into my disability, it went to my physician, who then in turn ended up, we got a big argument. So there I got fired. They stripped me of all my medication and said that as I was self-medicating, that they're not going to fool with me, pretty much.
It's because of the cannabis?
Because of the cannabis, you can't have anything. So they put me in this little box where it's, it's at a scary point where now the next thing they're going to do is strip me back on Tramadol. You're taking too much. This is an as-needed medicine. And I looked at her and laughed and I said, as needed, is it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? So now they're going to send me to a pain clinic, which is really gonna
Pain clinics equal pain contracts.
Equals-
Blood tests monthly.
yeah,
When you're chronically ill, that's what you end up doing.
yeah. And any of this pretty much
What's your
doesn't
rank?
work. I brought Neurontin, 800 milligrams every 8 hours. This does help to an extent because if I don't take it, after a while I get this, you said, vibrating,
Yeah.
where it's almost like your, maybe nerve endings throughout your body is just vibrating. Once that starts, if I can't control it at that point, it goes full blown to where I almost have to just go off to another one away from everybody. I brought, oh goodness. This is Xanaflex.
And what is that for?
This is a muscle relaxer. This is one of a very deadly medicine right here. There's a lot of people that's died taking this. This is Flexeril. This is another muscle relaxer.
That's when they're pushing on people for fibromyalgia
Yeah.
a little bit right now.
And exactly, I mean, it's really not what you call working that good. Tramadol. Now, they took me from 280 to 90. And expect me to function.
Without cannabis.
Without cannabis, because that's evil.
Well, tell me, what does cannabis do for you that these medicines can't do?
When you think of, I have to do this backwards. When you think of the term pothead, you see this lump on a couch. What cannabis does for me is keeps me from being the couch potato, because I can smoke 3 or 4 hits of quality medicine, and I'm up, and I'm moving, and I'm doing stuff, and the pain is gone by at least 85%, if not more. I can get up and I literally do stuff. I try to make soap and stuff, and if I could obtain some quality stuff, which is pretty irrelevant in the state of Missouri since it's illegal, I could actually get up. I could actually go to work if I could smoke increments through the day or eat it through the day. Because I have tried baked goods and they tend to work really well. It almost has an opposite feeling. The high thing is almost a minute thing. It's quite different. I think it takes more time going into the muscles, and it's doing this instead of this big, I'm stoned out of my gourd thing.
Right. So you're able to function rather
Function.
than
I function
being
better
stoned
with it.
sitting on the couch someplace,
Yeah.
right?
So cannabis, for me, takes me out of that couch potato. That I don't want to do anything because it hurts so bad.
So, and you live down in rural Missouri, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you got a lot of problems with that, with being a medical cannabis patient, I guess, too.
Oh, yeah, me and the doctors, we go rounds, hospitals. I have been lately quite vocal, and I guess I do get attention. I try not to get, bad attention, but, I think people need to see what it does.
Well, I think we got it now.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Sherry, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. That's it. That's all there is to it.